But food, right?
You know what really frustrates me? On Discord, you show up as playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it really annoys me.
Oh, when everyone's like, "Oh, Daryl, you're playing D&D. I thought you hated that game. You're such
Oh
a
no,
simp."
not me. You.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, so have I got like creator mode on or something?
I don't know, but you show up as like streaming Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I changed it to there's a category called tabletop RPGs now on Twitch, so it should just say that.
I don't know about Twitch. I'm talking about Discord. Oh, okay. You know, it's saying playing Soulbound. Yeah. See, up until like last week,
Do I
I
sound
saw it
better,
as
or
you sound the same, which isn't great.
God damn it?
You sound fine to me. I'm just going to turn you up in Discord.
It's kind of weird.
You sound kind of weird.
I know.
All good points.
Yes, let us commence. Now, what happened last time? Who can tell us? I've forgotten exactly where it ended.
Peaceful resolution.
Oh yeah, so you got the ultimatum from Pale Oak.
Oh,
You have 3 days. You have 3 days to assemble a delegation from Greywater Fastness to meet at Holdfast Bridge. And the idea is to get
3 days to assemble some more equipment instead.
Yes, you can. Yeah, so the idea is that you not only assemble people who you think share the same viewpoint as you, but also you need this delegation to be taken seriously and to be taken seriously by the Sylvaneth. So if you turn it with just Anastasia Everlark, they'll be like, "What the fuck is this? She can't speak for the city." If you turn up with a delegation full of people from the council, like leaders, a lot more chance of there being some sort of agreement, long-lasting agreement being reached, whatever that is.
I mean, seeing as how there are so many Skaven in the city, why not take one of them as well?
I think so, yeah. Delegate, Scabbers, Rat Bane. No, wait.
You have access to like a
Mannion
Bane.
That's more promising. Turncoat.
He just turns up on his screaming bell. That'd be cool.
It's Doomwheel.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I have been reading. I am definitely including vehicles in my extra chapter. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daryl.
No, you're not.
There's only 4 seats in a steam tank, so sorry.
Toot toot.
You can just be on the top, pouncing off on targets.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen with Gau's turn because I can't really return afterwards. I'm going to be gone until May, so.
You've probably got time to die.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
I've got some ideas for what Garage Thornton can NPC Garage Thornton can do, but we can talk about that another time.
Okay.
So yes, you have 3 days. You can approach 2 NPCs a day.
I made the note here.
Even if we separate?
Hmm.
Split the party.
Split the party.
I mean, it's just to get reinforcements. We're not fighting them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody would listen to the 2 Sylvaneth. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know how useful the Sylvaneth are going to be in this kind of rabble-rousing effort.
Well, we have 2 Duardin, so the 2 Sylvaneth could join 1 Duardin, and the other human and Duardin can go
if we have
together.
if we have a Dwarven and Sylvaneth, at least we're kind of representing both sides of the
Like, we know that
argument.
Duardin are, looked at favorably.
I mean, these Sylvaneth have worked with us, so we're like proof that the 2 species can work with each other, right? So that might aid us. We can just say, we've been working together quite well. We've achieved things already.
Dreadbark will stick with Klaus.
Sure. We're probably more likely to be impactful. United group.
As the Soulbound.
Yes. Hey, we can do that as well. It's just an idea.
The Soulbound.
I mean, an awful lot of between us.
Oh yeah, I was just hoping that they'd be intimidated by my claws.
And our characters are awful.
I'm sure intimidation is exactly the correct tactic in this current predicament we find ourselves in.
Well, it might be if we, show them that unless they listen, they lose their lives, all of them.
It might be. I just hope that's not your opening gambit.
I've got one training in Guile.
Closing,
Are
maybe.
you talking about killing the Greywater Fastness people?
Only one of us has killed any of them.
Who's that?
Alright.
Wasn't me, was it?
I mean, define
Yes, it
kill.
was.
I think we increased their value hugely.
In all fairness, the city of Greywater probably thanks us.
Well, it would have done if we hadn't thrown them down a volcano.
Well, would have thanked us. And jailed us. Double whammy. Huge payoff.
Yeah, they
That's
love it.
how they say
This is
thanks.
capitalism, remember? This is
Well,
fancy
exactly.
capitalism. And send us to the nearest private prison.
Like offshore prison.
Hey,
Right, so I don't think you even know more than 6 NPCs you'd like to approach anyway, so...
I've got 5 written down, and one of them is Italian beef sandwich lady.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Well, it's in my notes.
You could go chat to her though. If
my
you've done your homework ahead of time, you could...
I've eaten many sandwiches.
Can I suggest we go for Captain Hines first? He's been on this journey with us.
So Captain...
That's a good idea. I was going to suggest Goldmane.
Captain Hines will already be at Holfast Bridge, because he's still there rebuilding it. Otherwise, yeah, that would be a good shout.
For the Guildmaster then?
Yeah.
What's good about the Italian beef sandwich lady?
Hello, young masters. But a particularly fine, thin beef for you today.
I like her. She's good. She's talking my language.
She literally is. Oh no, you go there and then it's like the guy from The Bear. And you're like, where's that nice old lady gone? Like, she died. I'm here now. I bought the place. What do you want? Get out.
Tell me what you want. I got people queuing here.
Yeah. Great show, great show.
Not seen it.
I've got a colleague who's when he said he was from Chicago, I was like, have you seen The Bear? He was like, oh yeah, that's a good show. So, you want to talk to Goldmane first then?
Yes, go on.
Alright, cold
Is there a
rock.
picture?
You want the picture back up?
Yeah.
He's as cold as rock.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. He's a fellow dwarf.
So you clearly you enter through the kitchen of his estate. He's having some leftover sausages out of the fridge. So who's talking to him?
Not I, said the tree.
Go on, Vargi, write up a contract.
Now's my time. Hello, Guildmaster.
Oh well, if it isn't the servants of Sigmar come back from the Goldmane.
Aye, that's us. And I've just heard your voice. Aye, that's us. Okay.
Scottish and Yorkshire are just constant battle for dominance, aren't they?
Over dwarf kind, yes.
Yes, they are.
That's why I couldn't do pirate. Because I was in that.
Yeah.
Is it? Right, that's... I can't do it now. Fuck, you thrown me.
Try doing pirate.
Emma Gregory does Yorkshire for all her Dwarden as well.
So we're back, and I've been thinking about my accent, so you've broken my brain. I never struggled with accents.
I was literally just reading to Ellis and trying to do a Scottish accent, and I couldn't stop doing Irish. I got really annoyed myself, and he was very confused.
Yeah.
I can't do an Irish accent, Sally.
I suppose you're aware of the situation that we find ourselves in. Lord Coldrock.
So I don't think he would.
Well, when I say situation, I suppose, let's say predicament of the city.
Yeah. He's picking through his sort of little dwarven deli meats, and he said, "I have all that business over at Brynner's farm. I can. We are grateful, for you intervening like that and getting the Sylvaneth to bloody clear off. But what exactly did you say to him to get him to do that?"
Well, we had a pretty productive conversation. I'll give you the brief notes. We stopped them from invading the city and destroying everything that we have here. But there must be a negotiation for the good of the city, you see.
Oh, I.
Well, if we don't find a way to reduce the harm that the city is doing to surrounding areas, then the attack will recommence. And I believe that you are a person in such a position of influence. You may be key to ensuring the future safety and prosperity and all its inhabitants, and gold.
Yeah, he
and golden inhabitants.
Just one on the census there.
I think he's chewing some rare Mortal Realms salami. Fiddles with his little cog pendant. Like, I do believe my presence at such a meeting would definitely lend authority to anything that is spoken of and decisions made. I am probably best after all to represent the city of Greywater Fastness. I will attend. I will do what you ask. But if you ask me, I think it's just a chance for the Sylvaneth to take us all out in one go. So I shall be bringing the full might of Greywater with me to ensure that everything goes peacefully. That is.
Well, I believe that probably is prudent in one regard. Perhaps it will not send the right signal. Right, I suggest that you ensure your safety. Just a trusted few guards, and of course, our Soulbound party. In fact, I will personally guarantee your safety.
I see. So maybe 5 steam tanks then, maybe, perhaps, rather than the standard 10.
Perhaps just 5 of your best Grunstock Thunderers will do.
Aye, something like that. We shall make up plans. I shall talk to the Ironworld Arsenal as well to represent the city.
That is just fantastic news, Lord Coldrock. I might just want to broach one extra topic, which would be the topic of the negotiations themselves. I would like to ask that you approach them with an open mind and come to the table willing to make compromise with us. Ultimately, we fail to make an agreement with them. The damage to productivity in this city, if it survives an attack from a Sylvaneth, will be long-lasting.
Well, you could be right there, but us grits have survived out here for a lot longer than you know, Endrinmaster. We shall not make it worse, but if it comes to blows, I do not think the Sylvaneth can do much to threaten us. and he gives you a wry wink. I've plans cooking.
As you say.
Oh, I can't say too much. Can't say too much, but you know, watch this space. This anti-Sylvaneth space. How's the other Terrant? Are the Terrants only?
Be a social media manager. Watch this space.
Watch this space.
You wouldn't, of course, be planning on bringing any such deterrent to the negotiations, would you?
Oh, no, not at all. It is important that Greywater is able to protect itself so far from its allies and so integral to the war front across the 8 mortal realms.
It could, of course, be Lord Sylvaneth, were our allies once again. Were we to resolve these?
Aye, and that is my first priority. But it never...
I believe you wholeheartedly, sir.
But as an Endrinmaster, I must say that surely you can appreciate that having a backup plan is always necessary.
Aye, that it is. And he pats his
Mandy blasters.
His bandy blasters.
Are you okay? Are you sure you're fine today?
He pats his automatic volley gun.
That's one long time to get out.
So, just to summarise this meeting then, you will happily attend the negotiations, you will approach them with an open mind, and you will not bring a force that will hamper the negotiations. Is that right, Lord?
He waves to you and he's like, that's correct. I'll get my lad to sign it in writing if you wish. And then
Excellent. I've actually written it up already while we've been speaking. I've actually got a little auto quill here taking meeting minutes.
A bloody auto quill.
And he produces a note. And says, if you could, Lord, if you're just your seal just here right now would be perfect.
Yeah, and he sort of waves, and that kind of nervous assistant who you met before comes and he's like gets like this huge crate full of this like big box full of different stamps, and he does it and he's like, Gulbin's like, right, sorted then, and I shall see you 3 days hence.
But we look forward to seeing you there. And thank you for your solemn word that you will not hamper these negotiations. After all, a Dwarden's word is his bond and all his worth. Isn't that right, Lord?
I couldn't say it better myself, Endrinmaster.
Well, this has been a pleasant discussion, Lord. We'll see you there.
They're both standing there, like fingers crossed behind their backs. The only way to get out of a Dwarden contract. Cool. Alright, that's one. Tick.
Right, I put my feet up. Catch you guys next week. Might have just done more harm than good. Not sure.
I think taking less of a military force is a good idea. I agree.
Didn't you agree to send like 5 tanks there?
No, that's me joking.
Oh.
No. Right, who's next on the list?
I've got written down Astrid Tavir.
Mm.
Do we know what they look like?
No, the book did not provide us with a mugshot, unfortunately. But she was the sort of the ex-military conclave member who was quite aggressive with you. I can't remember what you were discussing. You were reporting back, I think, from what was it? With the whole like Skaven stuff, and you were tracking them down and the warpstone bombs and everything. I think, yeah, that was it.
Not our #1 fan, or
well, I think you probably would be like, oh yeah, she's probably. Would push for war, but he's also quite high up in the conclave. Like her, Onderan, and Gulben, like the three main speakers.
Okay.
We don't need to fully roleplay that one, but you will need to roll. Someone will need to roll Guile or Intuition.
I can roll Guile.
I've got training in both.
I don't think I have either of them.
Maybe we should discuss as a group who has the best score before rolling. Because only one person can.
I haven't done anything yet, and I want to.
So you said Guile or Intuition? Yeah, I'm out.
How much
I
mind
am
do you
good
have?
at intuition.
I have 2 mind, though I thought I had more mind than that.
I've got
I
4.
am mindless.
Oh, well, fuck you. I'll go back to
I'm
that.
sure you can do tell me a story to improve my chances.
I can understand. I'm gonna. I tell you what. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to. In fact, I've got to wait.
I mean, if you guys are going to tag team this, maybe I do want to roleplay it.
No, well, I've got someone else I'd like to roleplay.
What my friend is trying to say is.
Got someone else I'd like to roleplay. I don't know about these people.
Who's rolling?
You do this one. I think it's Klaus. Easy.
Okay, go on, Klausy.
Ian?
4. He's on the money. Nice. So yes, sort of you meet her in the one of these many buildings in the middle here, 1 to 20, and she has some sort of like high office. And as soon as she's quite cold towards you as you enter, and then as soon as you mention like the delegation and would you come and represent Greywater, and she's like, yes, absolutely, I shall answer this challenge from the Sylvaneth to see, I need to represent Greywater Fastness and show that it is in a powerful position that can resist any tricks by the Sylvaneth to undermine us, and we shall show them that we are ready to receive them in battle if we must.
If we talk about diplomacy, she seems a bit angry.
Yeah, but her, diplomacy can be intimidation, right? Just look at the US diplomatic style.
Exactly, we should always aim to try to be like the US.
Yeah, but gotta have the smoke to back it.
Do no wrong.
I mean, they kind of do. They've got a lot of guns.
True, but the Sylvaneth army.
Oh, you should have said that Greywater was America, though, and everyone would have got it, Olly.
Yeah. Well, I did say.
I've said.
I was trying to find like a British Empire equivalent of like a city. Maybe like it's like, was it maybe like Mumbai or something. They were heavily kind of fortified in it. But I was trying to think.
What about Birmingham?
I meant like in a maybe like Hong Kong or something. I don't know.
Gibraltar would probably be a good one.
Yeah, but I don't think the Spanish were after Gibraltar that much. I'm reading a great book called Uncommonwealth. It's all about British Empire. Very interesting. Yes, she is going to arrive. And I think if you just imagine like our favourite thing where we imagine Tory MPs as NPCs. Just imagine she's on Sky News and she's just like, yes, like, and what happened at Britter's Farm was an absolute disgrace. It was an insult to the people of Greywater Fastness. We have a great sense of freedom and freedom of speech in Greywater Fastness. We can't let it come to pass that these Sylvaneth push us around. Alright. Day 1, 2 out of 6. Day 2? Who are you talking to?
I have a plan, but I just need to figure out.
You've got Onderon left. You've got Anastasia.
what they're about.
Yeah,
Is
I think
Anastasia a
would be
Sylvan?
a good. I
She is human, I think. Yeah.
think he was, yeah.
Any
But she
notes I've
does
got on
seem-
her is that
He does seem to care about Sylvaneth, so that's
Well, she's a plant lover, right? She's the one
Yeah.
that ran
Yeah. The cherished
So-
wield.
the and
it's a good
and
idea to have her with us.
saved the wounded
Dryad.
Dryad.
Mhm.
Yeah. You've also got Corporal Steelwater as well.
right. I've got a plan for Anastasia Everlock. So everyone strap in.
God.
So where is she hanging out?
She's probably hanging out. You probably find her in that hideout that she was with the Dryad in.
Please tell me you're taking a box of chocolates and some flowers.
No, because she was on the farm and then she got outed by the people scared.
Hmm.
So she's in Greywater Fastness. She's in the city walls. Wonderful.
Yeah, I can't see Mikey, by the way. It doesn't know if anyone else can see.
Oh, I've not seen
No, I
anyone
can't
else.
see him either.
I haven't seen anyone else the whole time. I assumed I must have seen.
Oh,
Getting what I was getting.
maybe you need to fiddle the. You on Chrome?
No, I'm on flip flop. Yeah, I'm on Chrome. What are you fiddling with?
Are you sure that on the settings menu you have both videos selected for others can hear or
Others
see
can hear or
and I can
see
hear or see?
Video, yeah, let's hear some video.
Your video input source is correct.
The input sources select. Sorry, not helpful. Just says select. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Can't wait to hear this plan.
Browser.
That's anything?
Try reconnecting now.
Reconnect. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear this Andrew Tate style plan of action from Sichuan.
Jesus Christ! Alright, it's not. Why have you gone there?
I don't know, because why do you need a plan to talk to a woman?
It's not about the woman. Jesus Christ! It's about me.
He's always got a plan.
That's a very loose
Cunning
plan.
plan.
All right, so she's in a hidey hole, you say?
Yes.
All right. Well, I bring with us a big pile of sticks that we find on the way. Just so you know. So I'm carrying a lot of like there's rolls of like big sticks they have in like cartoons.
What are you
fires.
doing?
It's part of the plan.
I know. I'm just like
I'm setting the scene. You know, role playing, setting. Creating a world for us to live in. You know?
With these sticks.
Role-playing, man.
with a bag of
Yeah.
sticks.
With the pallet of sticks. Right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Come on then.
Miss Everlock, how are you doing today?
Forgot you were a hobbit.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, Sichuan, was it?
Oh yes, Szechuan Goldmane.
I'm fine. A bit shaken up by what happened at the farm, but
Yeah, we were quite disturbed when we turned up. We went there looking for you, thinking it would all be lovely and looked after, but unfortunately, yeah, you had a bit of trouble, didn't you?
well, the Sylvaneth have their reasons.
They do, but I know you want us to look after the Sylvaneth when we went out to help old the Dryad who'd been injured.
Old matey.
Yeah, I didn't put a name down for it.
Mottled leaf.
Yeah, mottled leaf. Oh, I know. I don't suppose you know why we're here today, do you?
I feel like a happy but like you come to my door all the time.
Oh, really?
What's your current internet provider, if you don't mind me asking?
You have
Oh.
time to talk about our Lord and Saviour Grimir.
Because I've got a lot to say.
If you need to get rid of stuff, have you considered volcanoes?
We'll buy your gold. Your gold.
Oh no, it's just normal gold.
No, I'm out of here. We've
Jesus, gold.
there's trouble brewing. I think you might know. outside the city with the old Sylvaneth. I know things have gone a bit sour, but we still want to keep a peace with these fine folk, despite their differences. And I was hoping to paint you a little picture of what might happen if we don't work together to come to a peaceful recognition on this.
Okay.
With the sticks, I kind of create like very crudely made Sylvaneth, or at least like models of them, or at least like piles to represent different Sylvaneth. Start spinning a yarn of epic proportions of the fall of Greywater Fastness, discussing the if we don't work with them, then end times will come to Greywater Fastness, and then the people will perish. And as I talk and I tell the story slowly, and magma starts creeping from the floor, and wind starts sweeping up around us, and the sticks all set on fire, and I keep on pressing upon her the magnificent destruction of the city if we don't work with the Sylvaneth. And we all know they're good people. They want to help us, and we want to help them. But the terror that will fall upon us, like nothing the world's ever seen before if we don't work together. I believe you must want to work with us on this. And then magma spurts everywhere, and the wind rushes. That's the end of the grand tale.
Wow.
No bow.
I think she's just like looks at the rest of the party like it's like as if to say like what is this?
Well, it's my attempt to persuade her using entertainment. Is my
Well, go on then, roll.
I was trying to like pull in my character if you're telling stories.
Yeah.
That was very
Counting a chance,
sly. That was very sly.
To kind of like, and also might have a slight.
I mean, it's a bit patronising, but
well, I don't really know if she's. I don't know what she's about, so I thought maybe I'll try it.
She could be 9. You never know.
From like C3PO telling stories to the Ewoks.
Yes, that's exactly that's what it was in my head.
She
Exactly
could be a
what it's
teddy bear or 9. It's like.
Entertainment test anyway to see if she was dazzled by the story.
I mean, to be fair, this is probably what people did before, like PowerPoint was invented. So
that's what
theater, isn't it? It's theater.
If it was it is theater. If it was the future, I'd like to a video to like pretend it's that kind of
You know when you go to Universal Studios and there's like 4D cinema, they spray water on your neck and shit. I imagine that's similar to what this is.
This exactly.
Yeah.
Entertainment is a show.
And the little rat tails. Oh, there's a scave on the back.
That's it. So I'm rolling
on your leg.
Which is kind of like an entertainment, not intimidate, but an impress test. So I don't know what do you want to roll against?
Just roll entertain, isn't it? That's a skill.
Yeah, but against what DN? Sorry.
4-2. So same as the other test would be.
I'd say a bonus roll and use one. No, I use a focus. No. There we go. Oh, 3 successes. Oh, lovely. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
standing there, like, panting, breathing, like waiting for a response from you.
So she's on board with the pitch.
Right.
And she says, but I still don't understand what this has to do with me.
Oh yeah, so the boring bit is we need you to come along to a meeting in a few days, just kind of be on our side and make sure you agree with us that make sure this happens, or point menacingly at the burning sticks.
She looks like confused, but me standing alongside the Grand Conclave, but surely I would look out of place.
I don't know what you look like, but I think you look just fine.
We need to get a picture up. Dreadbark and Dreadbark's favourite.
What's wrong? She's just person. She's like some kind of low level person. What she's worried about.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're asking her to represent the entire city as a delegate, where the city basically like want to shut her down all the time because she's trying to make plants grow. They're like, no.
Well, the important thing you're with us now. We're a party of loving of all things. I mean, look at all my Sylvaneth friends. We agree with you, and we've impressed upon them our importance, so they listen to us, and through us, they listen to you. I believe you know what we're about. So we'd love to have you on side.
She says, "Very well. I'll do what I can to, if it means peace is secured."
That's all we want.
Well, secured is a strong word.
Just sees Gougethorn for the first time. Ah! So like. Like tormenting some mouse, like an evil cat.
Like pushing it around.
Creepy.
Yeah.
It's creepy. There you go, job done. You're welcome.
Job's good in. Right.
It was actually very entertaining.
Oh.
And not just because you rolled 3 successes.
Exactly.
Next, you stop for lunch, I imagine. Italian beef sandwiches,
Yeah.
Please.
and then
You know how much I actually do want one of those? Like, it bothers me. It bothered me for the entirety of watching the show that I didn't know where and how and when I could ever have one.
the video that Brian Lagerstrom did, it makes it look so complicated. Like, just the beef itself is really complicated.
Not too complicated for you, though, I imagine.
I don't know. I don't have one of those
Around.
like beef slicing machines.
Why don't you just
Good.
use one in Sainsbury's?
Well, I know what to get to be a
That's a good
birthday.
point.
Yeah. A commercial beef slicer.
That is exactly why this campaign was created.
Industrial
Well,
Well,
Industrial
if you
beef
had one of
slicer.
those, like,
Yeah,
you'd
try
slice
with it.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great.
Industrial beef slicer. Slice an entire cow in one.
Oh.
Jeez.
So, what are you doing there, Ollie? Just slicing my butter.
Yeah, you want like. Yeah, I do want to get one of those. A mandolin.
Yeah, I've got one. Got one.
Oh,
I got it
for
last year. They're great.
vegetables and stuff.
They're so great.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought it was just some like cheap kitchen gear that you're gonna throw away after.
Really
after
good.
use.
No.
Way to
Life-changingly
slice
useful.
that.
Really?
Yeah.
Bad. So, air fryer level.
I don't own one, but the people who own them and their cult-like vibes would suggest it could change their life that much.
I'm
You
sorry,
would
what was that,
Definitely
Mr.
get an air
CrossFit?
fryer.
I am
I
part
feel
of the
like-
cult.
CrossFit and air
I
fryer.
know when I see one.
The Venn diagram is a circle.
Yeah,
Probably are.
and the whole circle is the middle classes. You don't own property. You have an air fryer.
I use a fortitude test to try and eat 100 beef sandwiches to impress the lady to get her on side for the.
Yes, you can.
Why did you join?
Wait, no, I've lost my page.
Tell her a great story about
I'll
how
tell her
the
about
Italian
sandwich.
immigrants came to Chicago.
I'll tell you what I do. I tell her a story about the best sandwich I've ever eaten. The twist is right at the end of revealed. It's one she made. Yeah, that really gets her on side, I think.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I hear like that. Milo, you have a story like that for me every time I see you. Like, you had the best X ever that week.
I do that quite a lot, but
You're eating like a
there's
king,
so
lad. Eating like a king.
So many good things. These chicken waffles I had last week were so good.
God
I
damn.
thought you meant the best, like.
We did have probably the best pizza. Some of the best pizza I've had as well.
I think it's.
All in London.
Oh, Manchester.
We live in Manchester.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Sounds very
Oh,
unlike.
it's so good. We should go back. Like,
Yeah, we both got one in walking distance, which is pretty good. Right, who is the next NPC?
I've got Onder on Emblem notes.
I don't remember any others, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
it's especially tricky when they don't give you artwork. But Onderan was the nicer conclave bloke.
Can you spell Onder on for us? I haven't got it in my notes.
Yes.
Like Alderaan.
Mm,
Alderaan.
kind of. There's lots of
Vowels.
Honduran. But I say that as if I actually wrote his name down right in my notes.
Think of Duran.
Not just vowels, basically. 2 consonants.
So you will find him in his tasteful residence within the inner circle. Invites you into his dining room. He's happy to see you. Happy to hear all the stuff that's happened at Brenner's farm, and particularly interested in how you convinced them to leave. And as you're talking, his servant is bringing in drinks and refreshments, and he's saying, "Oh yes, that is. It's good to hear that the Sylvaneth can still be bargained with, reasoned with, even in these times we seem so close to war. But to what do I owe the visit?"
What's this guy's occupation? First off,
So he is part of the conclave, which is kind of like the members of parliament. Each city has a grand conclave made up of, I think it's like over 100 people.
Okay, so we can lobby him.
Pretty much.
That's more or less what we're doing here on the whole.
Yes, yeah. But Greywater has a slightly different setup because they have I've forgotten the name of it, but they have a group of merchants and people of industry like Gulban Coldrock who are very powerful, and they are kind of the de facto leaders of the city because they're so powerful. They basically
like the Trade Confederation.
Kind of. I mean, it's like
if it's one government.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if
is it the Steam Lords? Are they called Steam
Lords? Something like that. Yeah, and they have it's like if big tobacco, big pharmaceutical, big oil, were all like came together and had a council, and they could basically just tell
army.
And they just kind of told, and it's like an open secret that they tell the conclave what to do. And it's always in their best interests, basically. Because they own everything, so that's how people get power.
TBI.
Steam Lords?
Huh?
Do you know any of them?
Gulban's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's sorted. Just rely on Gulban then, fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
Contracted to the tits.
We can definitely rely on him, I'm sure of it.
But Onduran is he's one of the leading members of the Grand Conclave, so he seems like one of the genuine politician types who want to do good. Yes, who's chatting to him?
Start. Hello, Onduran, old friend. I wink.
Roll entertainment. No.
Surreptitiously? Conspiratorially?
Deductively.
Oh, okay. The roll guile.
What's the effect of this? Would be
I don't know.
an easier conversation.
No, you don't have
Up a bit
to.
first.
You don't have to. You don't have to roll for it. I mean, you can roll ultimately to convince him to come.
Right.
But you can just chat to him first, and then I can let you know if you need to roll.
Yeah. So of course you're up to date with our ongoings and whatnot. We've had a discussion with some Sylvaneth outside the city walls, and we've come up with a solution of stopping the attacks on the main road in. It does require some peace, perhaps, and maybe a reduction of producing so much waste from the manufacturing of Greywater Fastness. And to do this, we need your support. I'll be honest. I'll be direct. We need your support, Onduran. I would owe you massively if you were to help with this. But it's also in service of Sigmar. So
Yeah, he just holds his hand up and he says, Klaus, say no more. If this is the way that we will get lasting peace for Greywater Fastness, then I will be happy to come with you.
Lovely.
But do you
take
believe?
out a coin, transmute it into gold from silver,
Oh,
toss it to him.
flashy.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you. I'm actually very wealthy. You can probably see by my accommodation. But that was very nice. Thank you.
Don't worry, it's a parlor trick. I do it every time. Give him a handshake.
Yeah.
Make my leave.
So, as you do, I think you guys all have pretty good natural awareness, don't you?
Oh yes, 3 at least.
3.
I think you all might have 2 and above.
Yeah.
I think mine's 1. So.
Oh.
Weak link.
Gouge you?
Always a weak link.
No, I can't see Milo. Oh no, he's back.
Yeah, my videos.
I can't see mine either.
Just reconnecting at work again. It's Roll20. It's like 12 years old, and it's still really crap.
I was just looking. I was troubleshooting it. They said they're changing the system for the video and voice soon enough. So they're not even going to bother fixing it at the moment. They're just changing it soon.
Yes.
Apparently.
The right solution to problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys all see each other at the moment?
Yeah.
Last week I was fine.
That's why I will eventually move us to Foundry, but I need to pay like 40 quid to get it.
It's so strange.
Is it a one-time purchase?
It's 40 quid to get Foundry. Then I need to pay to get the Soulbound stuff in it.
Oh, of course.
Which is annoying. Yeah. And then you have to pay, I think, for like a server to host it as well. Whole thing.
These are all things that I could probably get one login of, but I don't know under what circumstances or what they'd require for it. So it might be worth looking into. I mean, we have relevant guides that need updating, so it's just about. That's not normally work I would do, so I need to be certain. But it makes sense.
Nice. We could always run through like because I was looking at the Warhammer Fantasy adventures that are on there as well. That'd be a good trial. So maybe they'll send us QB7. Send us some of that QB7. Right. So people with natural awareness of 2 or higher, you see out of the window of the dining room sort of activity more than normal. And just then, the glass shatters. A black powder grenade sails through the window, detonating before it hits the ground. Sulfur and flame fill the building. And as you clear your stinging eyes, you see hooded figures stalking through the smoke.
This is not good.
One, the clear leader, sees you and barks for her followers to join her. Here you're rounding up the city's best to beg with the tree folk, she says, her grin visible beneath her hood. She raises her axe. We're not falling for it. Yes, this is Blackheath now.
There's no begging being done here. The only begging that's going to happen is you for your life.
So, you're in this this dining room here. You are with Ondra, and he is on the floor, like coughing and stuff.
Poor baby.
Because he's not used to being blown up.
Are these
like grenades.
Is he targetable by the enemy?
Don't give him ideas.
They probably won't target him as a priority, but if you leave him in there, he probably will burn to death.
Oh, okay.
So someone will need to help him out.
Roger.
But it's Dward in initiative.
Are these guys? I can't. Are these all Dward? These guys, right?
Huh?
Are these enemies Dward? I can't really see.
These are just hooded figures.
Yeah, they look Dward.
Yeah, these are my generic. These are my generic human soldier tokens. So.
Oh, they're humans. Ah, fucking okay.
They're humans with Dwarven noses.
Great. Humans. Zones are just the rooms?
Yep.
Brilliant.
Good thing about having a house as a Doesn't matter.
Are the doors what we're going with?
The doors are the doors, yep.
Doors. What the hell are these guys doing out? There's a balcony.
So that's the front door.
What are they armed with?
Rifles and axes. So they threw it through this window here. And they're kind of barring the doorway. This is the main door here.
Well, I'm going to do...
And these guys are the ones who are stalking in.
Let me kick it off and do a kind of Scarlet Witch in Civil War type clearing of the smoke with a whirlwind type effect in our area.
Oh, cool.
I'll get rid of everything in here. I mean, I don't know if it will. You tell me. It feels like it's...
I like that idea, yeah.
I think it's... I mean, it says in it, it's like designed to it stops...
Protect you. Yeah, it'll stop you.
It says it prevents rain, wind, hail, lightning, other weather. It's not weather, but it's... Yeah, I think it's... So yeah, Klaus either hurricane, whip up a big hurricane to cover us. Especially they got long range weapons as well, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I conjure the Eye of Sigmar Perpetual Storm, provides with shelter. That's good. So range attacks automatically miss us in here, so that's quite nice. And they can't enter course without taking that action test. So yeah, quite a nice little defensive structure there. I will. And yeah, if that's where it's coming, then I'll just go for a classic volcano in here because they've got all the way through there to get through these doors.
Yeah, and that house is already on fire, so Ondran can't complain.
It wasn't me.
No, my priceless lamp.
Brilliant. And I am going to, almost tame. And I'm going to use my new icon, which will give me +1.
Daryl's partying so hard right now, it's hilarious.
I can't see.
This is a banger.
Yeah,
This is a very good song.
Probably like the music.
It's called Endgame.
This is giving me throwbacks to when we first busted out the Dread soundtrack in that mission, and everyone was like, "Oh, bloody hell!"
Definitely have to do that.
Use the Dread soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
It was pretty boss, wasn't it? But that's just giving me that vibe.
When we hit tier 4 for the first time, we were going through a warehouse, playing Judge Joe music, and also Alex's character had a power fist, punching people through walls.
That's how I got the idea, because they literally are Dread.
Yes. Right, so we're volcanoing.
Yeah, volcano. Nice.
I can't play 40k.
I've
got good news for you.
Yeah, look forward to Dice Encounters special one-off.
And that's it really. That's all my metal in action is the whirlwind of the volcano. So
okay.
Yeah, pretty easy elements to
nice. I'll leave you to draw those in. We'll move to Vargi.
That's fine.
So there's a volcano in here.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay. And the doors are where the doors are they? Or can we...
Yes.
I've already asked that question.
I see.
My first question: the doors.
I was gonna say on my turn, could I just use my magic to blow open a hole in the wall?
You probably can, to be fair, yeah.
Varg, I'm sure you could blow a hole in the wall with your volley gun.
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let you do one
of here as well.
Yeah, there's a window there as well.
Oh, let's do that. He likes a good bit of craftsmanship. I don't want to blow holes in this nice wall. Who wants to have a nice house like this one day?
Yeah, just set your bipod up on the window.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. He strides up to the window and then lifts his volley gun up, probably to the high window, still going. I got you now. And braces and sort of blind fires out the window.
Nice.
Blind fires specifically at this guy.
The guy right in the middle, of course.
Guy right in the middle. Just that's center mass,
Yeah.
even when he can't really see.
Maybe we should do boarding action rules. Ooh. You can't shoot through the first rank.
You won't though.
Just follow the rule of Daka, volume over accuracy.
Yeah.
That is pretty much Vargi's thing. So he opens fire.
Way back.
Yeah, there we go. A bit of target's defense up.
Oh, good question.
Also.
Average.
Average? In that case. See you
that's
night,
gonna be
fellas.
fun.
Good night, sweetheart.
Right, and then I'm going to use another one of my focuses there to turn that into. So it's going to be 7 damage, piercing 2 armor.
So that guy's dead.
And everyone around him's taking half damage.
Does that include the piercing?
I don't think the piercing would follow over. I would expect just the damage.
Yes. So is that 4 damage? Got 1 armor.
Yes,
so
to be rounded.
Okay. Yeah, you just sprayed the whole. Yeah. It's like one of those cannons that shoots like flechette.
Yeah, he sees a nice grouping and is like, he's gonna be a good day in the office.
You're rude not to.
So target rich in vitamin.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says. And then he'll just fire again at the nearest one.
Nice. I would say that this room is supposed to be a deadly hazard as well, but I think.
That would have been good to mention.
But I think Sichuan's hurricane has doused it.
Doused it. In that case, great job.
Thanks, mate.
Airbender.
Yeah.
Me.
Avatar.
Volcano bender.
Shooting again, are you?
Yes, I am. Crap.
Go on then, son.
Wow. Really? Wow.
Pull on.
Wow.
Who are you hitting?
Well, I could still turn it into 4 successes with focus anyway, so hip hip hooray. Hitting on 2s is a good day. So that's still going to be 6 damage.
Front guy?
Oh, the front guy.
Cool. And then the spread kills that one as well.
Nice.
Alright. Initiative. Klaus.
Right. First off, coughing and spluttering, Klaus is going to utter his, whatever he says to cast his Mystic Shield, I'm not decided. And he's going to cast his Mystic Shield on Onderan, just to make sure he feels safe and he trusts us even more, even though he's probably not going to get attacked this round. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
You're going to like us more. There you go, fuck off shield.
Nice.
And then I'll give Gougethorn a Mystic Shield as well.
I think he sees you like casting the spell and like all your robes are like fluttering in this hurricane, and he's like, that guy very hot, or is it me?
My eyes flashing red. White alternative.
That's a very attractive man.
I don't think I've met Onderan before.
You did, but it was in a work situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Klaus blushes.
I know that doesn't stop you, but
mid-channel. Wait, what? Me?
Yeah, you.
Comment on Klaus or me?
I couldn't possibly say.
Kind of like both.
So you. You did. Who was the other Mystic Shield on? Sorry, I was doing a goof.
Gougethorn and Onderan.
Okay. All right.
I don't think Gougethorn's going to get attacked before he kills everything. No, so.
Well, it's initiative. So their initiative is 4. So remind me, Klaus. Sorry, Sichuan. What is the type of hazard? The volcano? Is it deadly or mage?
A deadly hazard. Yes. 5. Next time start there, take 5 damage.
Okay, so they get really quite injured. But they do stack up on the door, and they will shoot at the first one they can see, which is Dreadbark.
No, they won't, because range attacks aim to target from an area automatically miss if they're in outside your zone.
Wait, you stop every ranged attack.
That's what it says.
How much metal is that? Is that 2 or 3?
1. It's 1.
That is batshit. That is so mad.
That's a bit mad.
Right, what do you need to? What do I need to get in it? Is it Devotion, Fortitude?
I think you tried to attack, so I think they should make their attack and miss actually, because they didn't realise that, and nor did you.
Okay, fair enough. I imagine they would just try and fire into the building like spray and pray.
Then they learn.
So then they automatically miss. Yes.
What did they do? Say hello to my little friend.
Actually, to be fair, they probably would try and get out of the volcano.
That is a good point. They are still going to get out.
So maybe they should
so
try.
If you do want to, that does make more sense.
Well,
if they want to get hit,
yeah,
just so you know, it's a soul determination test. A soul devotion.
They have 1 soul, so.
Right.
Oh god.
3 soul.
Oh god, just lock them in a burning barn, why don't you?
Yeah, can you put Hurricane on the volcano zone and just trap them in?
Well, no, because I'd have to be in there as well.
That's...
Oh, no. Yeah.
It's like
not a problem for us.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Exactly. I got 3 successes by the way.
Fine. So these guys are obviously not going to go into the volcano room. They're going to try and fire in through the window at Vargi, because that's who they can see. What's your defense, sir? You'll probably get half cover from being in the window.
My defense is a number that I forget.
That's good.
It's not a number, of course, it's average.
So it would be 4 up to 5s because of half cover. 0 success. And the other 3. 1 is not gonna 3 damage, not gonna pip your armor.
It's gonna scratch it. Do the paint job a disservice.
I'll be sending you the bill. If it's still alive.
Olly, party's over.
Sorry, I need to sit on loop.
You'll be paying the iron price for that.
Initiative Sylvaneth.
I go first, Alex?
No, you go for it. Charge Storm seems like a quicker move.
Good number of wands there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it ones?
Wands on all of them.
Jeez.
Oh well.
My defense right now is great.
Saving them for the
great
blood letters.
Hey.
Scarbrand.
Yeah, saving it for Scarbrand.
When do we fight Scarbrand? Jesus.
6,
I'll
6,
hold here.
6.
Right. Typical slashing technique. Making sure that they can't see anyone else but me in this doorway so that the rest can tackle the ones outside.
Well, there's already the hurricane there, so they can't see.
Yeah, but now they can't enter either.
Okay.
So
You won't be able to.
so
You won't be able to attack from there.
I won't be able to attack from there.
Oh wait, actually, you have reach, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You have lunge.
Yeah.
You probably will be able to.
Okay, cool, perfect. Even better. Here we go. So my melee is great right now. Their defense is average, right? So hitting on teams.
Yeah. Their defense is they're on 1 wound and they're in a volcano.
So I'm gonna end my turn immediately. Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. Turn's over.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have. You got 1 attack.
Well, if I kill someone.
Oh yes, of course. You have to end your turn.
Uh-oh.
But now I get a +1 to my melee until the end of combat.
So the giant clawed wooden hand comes through the volcano, grabs them round the face, pulls them in.
And just tears it open.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You don't even hear screams. It's too late.
You should hear screams because you're making it last, aren't you?
Do we take a point of doom for witnessing that?
Yeah.
God damn.
So far, I think.
Yeah, it's fine. Sigmar turns a blind eye to a lot of stuff that happens in this city. Right, Dreadbark. Yeah, he has to. That's why the antagonists in Godsbane have a point.
I'm going to try a Hail of Doom out the window.
Nice.
So it's DN41 Blister Skill test, and then each enemy has to make an opposed DN41 Reflex test.
Okay.
Oh, that's the volley, right? Yeah, that's cool.
Oof.
Ooh, that is
Very good.
sadly actually only the focus doesn't help me.
That's 5 successes.
But yeah, five successes. So yeah, you've got to make an opposed test, and every failure suffers damage equals to the
Difference.
difference.
Yeah. All right. So the 2 wounded ones Well, that was quite a good roll there. He's just alive. The other one, super dead. Then the two healthy ones takes 3. And then the other one, takes the full 4. Well, the full 4, but 4. It's a good peppering.
Yeah, and then we'll reload and take an aimed shot, not an actual aimed shot, but like a normal shot.
Yeah, you just stand behind Vargi and use the same window.
Yes.
This is the kill
one
zone.
The one that looks most hurt.
Okay.
What's their defense again? Sorry.
Average.
Then we are 3s. 3s to wound. So we haven't to get 4 successes there.
He's definitely dead.
Yes.
Twang. Alright, back up to the round. Klaus. Sorry, Sichuan. Do you maintain your volcano?
I think, yes, I think I can maintain the volcano.
Wait a minute, how can you do both? Isn't one 2 metal and the other one's 1 metal?
Yes, exactly. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a really good point. This is a really good point. I assumed like that's 3 actions, but only half a metal for it. You've as always undone me. I always, in my mind, I was like, well, you got like an action and 2 metals, so it's going to cost 3 points. You literally need the metal to do it, not just.
Yeah, you spend the metal to cast miracles.
It's not just an action. You can't just an action to cast a miracle.
No.
Well, that's interesting. Well, apologies.
I mean, the outcome of this battle was never in doubt, but
sure.
We'll remember for next time.
That does. That's the word. That's good learning. Yeah, that's weird. I always had in my head it was just action. You use an action to cast the metal, or it's literally just set into an action.
I think you use an action to cast it, but it costs you the metal. So if you've got 2 metal, you could just do the volcano.
But you can't. Then you can't do anything else if you use the action anti metal to do it. Right. That changes quite a lot how to play.
But then you can spend your metal that you regain to maintain it, right? And then you will still have an action to do.
I'm thinking previously I've done volcano and done a saga as well.
Yeah.
In action. We've been wrong the entire campaign.
Not you, Mikey P. Never.
Well, to be fair, the GM didn't notice either. He just didn't like that we got one over on him and unfairly trounced him.
No, I think the volcano thing was fine.
Yes, but it's more that I've done previously. So I thought it was cast the 2 metal to cast volcano and use my action to do a
entertain. Yeah.
But it sounds like that's not even possible either.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as we all know, if the GM doesn't notice, it's fair game.
Yeah. It is fair game until now. When suddenly
like speeding.
Until now, I've lost a lot of my power. Okay, well that changes a lot of things.
Okay.
Well
ready to take a turn now?
Yes. Well, look, if you want to get rid of the volcano, because the world was more of the game plan because it works so well. Where are we at now? So I want to keep the world up because again, it's just not moving firing in, which is great. Then that implies that's a free action. Let me tell you, that's good. I've still got action 1 metal. That's good. I can't do much for that. And then I will just.
Vargi, do you want to roll your shooting attacks just while we're waiting?
I am willing to finish folks off.
Right. Well, before you do, I'll do plus. What do you roll? More damage, more accuracy.
They're both dead. Yeah, he just goes for a sort of like a cone fire, just sort of like leaning out the window.
Yeah.
And it says panels glow hot, and shell casings ping all around the room.
Cool. So
add a bit of flavour to the endless cycle of firing the same weapon, eh?
yes.
I'm just gonna get a drink. I'll be back.
So Sichuan, you're doing a saga, are you?
Yeah, I'll do a saga of. Let's go first. This one, the usual of Bob's. Five Sigmar. And success. There we go. Everyone has +1 accuracy and +1
Nice. Klaus.
Yo. Originally I was gonna position myself behind Vargi because he's shorter than I am. Shoot over him, maybe rest my rifle on his backpack or something, but I was gonna be careful around that. I think it might get touchy.
Yeah. Well, you could stand behind Vargi. Dreadbark stands behind you.
On each other's shoulders next, and then become the Megazord.
Megazord.
Megazord. What do you reckon? Do you think I could use my Molten Gaze to bend the gaze around Gougethorn and all the rest?
Yeah, you can just go up behind Gougethorn and have a good old gaze.
I'll take Gouge. I'll put my arms on Gouge's shoulders, my hands.
Yeah, I mean, Gougethorn's like tearing into the person he dragged in the room. So
a lot of blood there. Yeah. I'll
you can see their horrified faces.
Maybe a few feet away behind him. What I'll do, I'll cast Mystic Shield in front of me first to block the blood splatter, and then Molten Gaze.
Oh well, it's not a very good roll.
He's got 2 successes though.
Yeah, it's only 1 damage, isn't it?
Ah.
I'm like holding a shield with one hand, then one arming my rifle, and the recoil's just too much. I keep missing.
Yeah. They have 1 armor, unfortunately. But guess what? It's their initiative, and they get burnt to the volcano. Hooray!
Nice. I suppressed them enough for them to get burned.
Valid volcano.
The volcano that shouldn't exist.
An illegal volcano.
It's an illegal volcano.
Volcano.
Alright, so you managed to escort. You're on mute, Milo.
Just wondering if it might be an offence to summon a volcano in the mayor's house.
That's fine. He's not the mayor,
and it's gone.
Yeah,
he's probably got this on expenses, isn't he? He's probably not even his own house. It's probably not even his first house.
He's actually can't wait to cash in the insurance check on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have planning permission for a nice villa outside of the city.
Go ahead.
Great land prices in the Gulmere.
Yep. I'm an early investor for the property development firm called Gulmere Properties. Gulmere Place, number 1. Satire. So you managed to escort him out of the house. It's all nice and protected by the mystic shields. He sort of looks at his house, which is still burning, and perhaps as well you managed to find some other survivors, like serving people as well, and help them out. And he says, I think it is possible that there is people in the city who are not a fan of this delegation you are proposing. I think you should probably go with caution.
Well, as you can see, we can handle ourselves quite fine. Shame about your house, I suppose, but I'm sure you can. Yeah, I'm sure you're insured out your ass, right?
I'm covered, mate. Second, perhaps your little fire slayer could create that hurricane over the rest of the rooms as well, and put out the flames.
He's not a performing monkey.
I don't mind. As long as I got up now, which I turned out Not often I do, so I'll see what I can do.
Be able to cast a hurricane of Azir, as well as summon a volcano at the same time, is a feat of great mastery.
I know, apparently you do it once, then you've never done again.
It's almost unheard of.
It's almost like it's not possible.
You'll have to be Grumney himself. Grimnir.
Thank you very much.
The flames
Wait,
of Grimnir.
so before you do this, I imagine we can get a price out of him for this. There's no fire services there.
There is a volunteer one who are probably already turning up.
Exactly. Volunteers. We've
Yeah,
got a
volunteers aren't
professional
usually
firefighter
paid.
here.
Kind of the point of being a volunteer.
Fire starter.
Yeah, it's already. I mean, this is the inner circle as well, so there's obviously people who came pretty quick. Like when those explosions happen, they comes all to play time. Anyway,
Where's Kazal when you need him?
is that why would you need Kazar right now?
He would have been amusing.
Is that everybody you want to talk to? Any more NPCs?
Well, that's our fourth one, like second one for today, right? So
Yes. So
We just start blinking at the attack. Like, oh well, that seems pretty normal.
well,
It
yeah.
is
I
for
mean,
us.
it is for you, but I think as you've been moving around the city, the sort of the anti-Sylvaneth sentiment is clear to see. There's a lot of protests outside of the Grand Conclave buildings. You hear kind of gunshots going off by grey caps to show their support for the war, as well as a general sense of sort of panic as well that the city's going to get cut off. The tensions are quite high.
Do we think we need to sort out the tensions before the negotiations start, or do we need to do the negotiations and then sort out the tensions?
Well, I think it's the mob, isn't it? So if you get rid of their cause of their panic, then that's the only way to calm them.
They want war.
They want safety. They want the status quo back, which is
Right.
you want to confront them? I'm game.
There's obviously a minority who do want the war because there's a lot
Let's see we send Klaus out to see what he can do about the mob, and we'll head on over to the pub. And,
I'll transmute what
we'll
we need
see
to
you
go.
later.
line up for transmutation.
You could do my leg.
It's the circus of value.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Very nice.
Come back when you got more money, buddy.
Great game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh, and yeah, you can use the third day to go check up on Corporal Steelwater, who now the commander of Brynner's farm, and she's been ordered by the Grey Cap sort of senior staff to represent the Grey Caps at the delegation as well.
We just go and brief her then, tell her who we've got.
Yeah, I mean she's been ordered to go, so she's coming whether or not.
Could I put forward a veto? Anastasia. I'm not sure if having a hippie on the negotiation board is a.
Oi!
We don't need
She doesn't even want to come in the.
No.
He's someone
vouch
who's
for him.
actively saved, like a dryad. Like you want to show the Sylvaneth, like, listen,
Yeah.
people care.
Yeah.
Let's have her there, but not speaking. Then. You're gonna put the wrong message
Look,
across.
love.
I'm not
Like
saying
say,
she
not
should be
heard.
seen
Yeah,
and not
right.
heard.
Now is the angry
Good
time.
afternoon,
Look, love. Lay your
Very
hair.
lovely to
Let
hear and everything, but
let your hair down. You look nice that way.
Here's some aqua artist. Go buy yourself a new dress.
Smile a bit more, why don't you? We can laugh because it's all the things that people have said to our partners.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So yes.
We are bringing her then.
Are you really that
Yes.
against her? Like, honestly speaking.
Yeah, she said herself she was surprised to be asked, and she doesn't seem to have any diplomatic skill there.
No,
She was
Do
trying
you
to
have
go
anyone
grow
else?
plants in
The best.
city.
The best.
Do you have anyone else in mind then?
Well,
'Cause
we've
I
got
mean,
our
you
three
just-
already. We've got the 3 big boys we need.
I think
3
we have
big
to.
players,
We
right?
have to bring her.
Love that you had to correct yourself from boys to players there.
Well, they are big players, you know.
Yeah.
I think she's essential to the success of the mission.
I kind of think that she really should be
Sure.
there first.
But on your head be it Gougelord then.
Yeah, sure.
At my head.
Put it on my head.
Or anyone else. Cool.
Okay. I'm going to get all of the NPCs up on the screen for the viewers at home.
You'll die.
And then
Yeah.
I can put crosses through their heads. All die to the Sylvaneth. Yeah, Corporal Steelwater's cool as well.
Yeah, pretty good.
Commander Steelwater now.
Yeah.
Corporal to commander, quite a jump.
Well, I think you can be a commander of a base, but your like a rank within the Grey Caps is still the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
Accepted. I don't know. CCF Dreadbark probably would know more than me.
She should be like a petty officer or
Not in
something.
a CCF, Jesus. Fucking CCF.
you love talking about the CCF.
Rubbish. Give it up.
Like TMI CCF. Tell me about what the right way to put boots on is.
Oh, don't get me started.
The right type of
Whoa.
polish.
Oh, lacing methods. Oh.
Right. So, you meet at Gatehouse Numero Uno with your allies and strike out the Holdfast Bridge. And it's an impressive sight. Your Steam Lords and Conclave members and community leaders, and only the 3 Steam tanks. No, there's a there's a decent kind of
Retinue.
company. No, yeah, company. How many is that?
Depends.
UCF boy.
It's probably 100
Or
more.
What's 50?
100.
A platoon, I'd say. Platoon.
Okay, yeah, okay, fine. So there's
100 is about a company.
okay. So you bring it. There's a platoon of a mixture of Grey Caps and Ironworld Arsenal. And as Goldmane sees you, Vargi, and he looks at them and he says, "Well, I was told at Holdfast we need protection from the undead out in the Ghoulmere, so this is for our protection and the protection of the delegates and our Sylvaneth potential allies as well."
That's very good for the protection of the Sylvaneth. Noted.
Can I just ask quickly, do they already have a solution for the waste thing?
So
All
they.
the waste being produced by the city?
So yes, you don't need to come up with the
Grand.
Yeah, you will not be partaking in the negotiations as such, since you're not even from Greywater. But you can be there to quell any hotheads and stuff. So you make it back to Holdfast Bridge. Progress has been made since you've last been here. Decent sized camp. As the river churns beside them, both parties establish their camps on either side of the broken bridge. Cloistered inside tents, the delegation from Greywater Fastness bicker with each other and blast at anything, living or dead, they see moving beyond the road. Meanwhile, the Dreadwood Sylvaneth raise a thorn-wreathed wildwood on the eastern side of the camp, impenetrable to all outsiders, and echoing with bitter song. Spiked revenants, who normally answer the spirit song only when it calls for war, linger at the edge of the road, as if waiting for something to happen.
I think I know what they're waiting to happen. Have an inkling.
So, so as you sort of arrive, you see Chardew as well from the delegation, who kind of strides through the river to greet you, and he seems positive as he kind of surveys the delegation that you brought. Says, I am encouraged by the fact that this is happening at all, but it seems that you have brought the top members of the city with you. This is good for our chances. Anyway, bye.
We have done our best.
To be honest.
Rude. I was happy to see you guys.
Red.
I was just waiting.
Hey.
Come on, guys, pay attention. Get off Facebook.
Literally just waiting for.
Who's he talking to?
Come on, Dara, get off your opera. He's talking to all of you.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always that like looks to the side, except no one's here to do that. Like, who's going to take this one
Yes,
thing? I
yeah.
feel like we get that a lot in playing online.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how he kind of approached the he approached the situation like you arrived at a party, didn't want anyone there, saw us. Oh, I
Yeah.
know you guys. You can make conversation with these guys.
You're like the one peoples you know who are on the other side, yeah.
With the friend of the friend, you got invited.
Yeah,
Like,
hanging out with the vengeful Dreadwood the last 3 days probably wasn't very fun for him. You also see Captain Heights again. And he's also glad to see you, and he says, when I set out to build a bridge, I didn't think it would be the political kind. I'd have brought my good shoes.
How did the bridge building go anyway, Captain?
You can see that we're like 3/4 of the way done.
It looks about 3/4 done. Great job for just a couple of days.
Yeah.
Industrious people.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't leave a mess.
And also, since you vouched for Chardew as well when you were in the camp, the repair crews are also quite like happy to see Chardew again and like wave to him, which is nice. That's nice. You're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Bless those little boys.
Cool. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. You can see that Chardew is he's still carrying Oak Shadow and Green Ash's bodies with him. He set them down on their side of the river. And it may seem odd to non-Sylvaneth. They've kind of been almost like left to rot. But the Sylvaneth believe that like they should almost be like fallen trees, where their sort of timber, where their sort of wood becomes part of the wilds again. And if you ask him about it, Chardew's still trying to find a resting place for them since the Quiet Hall was corrupted beyond redemption. Oh, don't mention the warp. So, first day of the peace talks begin. So, on the first day, it's you witnessed a lot of jostling, a lot of bluster between both sides. You notice that in particular, people, Pale Oak, his like translator branch wraith, who you learn is called Oak Speaker. They are both being very aggressive, as is Goldmane and Astrid. Chardew Mottled Leaf is also there as well, and talks about how they were able to work together and etc. etc. Chardew Mottled Leaf, and then Anastasia, of course, and Ondran push for peace and want to are focusing the talks on the greater threat, the threat of the Skaven, who only attacked a few weeks ago, the chaos throughout the mortal realms that they both fight together, and you notice that Corporal Steelwater and the Grey Caps are more like, trying to be pragmatic. How do we get back to our old agreement where you guys just let us have the one road and we kept to ourselves?
The point.
And but Pale Oak, he says, "Peace without justice is a tree without roots." And he demands before any progress is made that he wants the heads of the Mason Lords responsible for poisoning the Ghoulmere, as well as sweeping changes to the way that Greywater does business. He won't go back to how things were before.
Literally the heads.
Does he not believe in rehab?
Yeah, I mean, you gave up those other people last time.
Well, as is must.
So yes, you will find them negotiations long and exhausting. Definitely not any of your cups of tea. Maybe Dreadbark, sort of a hobby debate society kind of chap.
Dreadmark's making a lot of notes.
You're like, oh yes, that's a good word.
On a stone, of course, not on paper.
Yes. With your claw.
Only you had your quibbling, he could do it for you.
R.I.P. quibbling.
My dear sweet Doomseed.
So the negotiations go on for 2 days. It is the night of the second day. Who has the highest natural awareness? Some of you might draw at 3.
I've got 3.
I'm
Do it.
pretty sure I have 3. Yes, 3.
So those of you with 3, I guess, you're resting up in your tent and you start to smell smoke.
Not so that well.
It wasn't me.
Terrorist.
And as you go to investigate, you see across the river grit folk, many wearing free guild uniforms, stand around a pyre on the river shore. Onlookers surround them, human and Dwarden to one side, and shrieking Sylvaneth to the other. "They have let corruption fester among us," shouts a man in a grey cap uniform, brandishing a torch. "For all our safety, we must purge their corrupting taint with fire." Only then do you recognise what they're burning. The bodies of Oak Shadow and Green Ash, their Lemontiri already reduced to charcoal.
I bloody told you in my little puppet show, didn't I say? Huh?
Oh no!
That's a yikes, dude. That's a huge yikes.
Wait, Oak Shadow and Green Ash are the ones that died, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Both killed by us, by the way.
But
Can we leave?
they had no soul pod grove to put the Lementari in.
I thought we put them in the grove.
No, they didn't have one.
The grove was completely destroyed.
Ah, that was it. Yes.
Oh
And
no.
That wasn't our fault, right?
No,
the person who is shouting about them being corrupted is a human in a goat in a grey cap uniform.
Yes. On their side of the river.
The grove was destroyed by men in Skaven.
And you can hear the rest of the camp like awaking and people are like shouting an alarm and stuff. And more people come out of their tents. And as you look across the river, you can see that the spite revenants are kind of stalking towards the river's edge, looking at the flame, looking back across the river, back at the flame. And then you see Pale Oak emerge from the wildwood. And there's like seconds that seem to stretch as everything is quiet and that all of the Sylvaneth look at Pale Oak expectantly. And then Dreadbark and Gougethorn, you just hear Pale Oak say in the spirit song, as he turns away to walk back to the wildwood, "Kill them all."
Ah!
And the hissing spite revenants turn back towards those who are standing around the pyre. And then chaos erupts.
Well,
To arms, men!
I can see why you said this is a really good chapter.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's an exercise in feeling powerless.
I know.
Like,
well, I know which zone I'm putting a volcano.
It's not always
This
happens
way.
in the movies.
yeah,
This is the definition of grim dark, though, right?
I
less.
honestly didn't expect this to happen, to be honest.
I'm not saying it's not appropriate. You know, like large historical forces do move, and whatever you do against them. Sometimes it's not enough. It's just not usually the way RPG adventures go.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
normally
very surprised.
This, yeah, I've actually read it all the way through now, and it's actually pretty. It is quite grim, actually. This whole adventure, like,
Feeling quite grim.
It's definitely not.
Good.
It's definitely not. It's not like put you in a position where like it's not D&D where you're all going to save everything and magically turn it into a happy wonderland. Unfortunately,
What sets apart Warhammer, innit?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Why do you fight the Sylvaneth?
That's its best. That's its best.
We just all trying to defend the humans just because they're humans, or we believe they're right, or
I mean, to be honest, to echo your sentiment, I don't even know what I want to do anymore. Because that was completely unprovoked.
I'm at a bit of odds because I've never seen a more perfect volcano area zone to set fire to. So
it's not all going to be one zone.
It literally is.
Well, watch Olly split it right now.
But also, like, yeah, so far the humans
be like a zone
in this
here.
whole. They've been attacked. They were attacked by humans trying to stop the deal. They're the ones who've agitated them by burning their bodies. Like, I'm not. There's any reason to attack the Sylvaneth unless I'm missing something.
No, I kind of agree with you, to be honest.
Dreadbark and Gougethorn to fight the Sylvaneth. You know, like, I don't know if Dreadbark has a whole load of motivation to launch themselves strongly into fighting with an army of Sylvaneth.
Set the scene for us more. So
there's a very troubling scene for certainly mostly for Sylvaneth, but for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if Olly gave us an option to do anything when they burned the Lamentari, I think I would have ordered Gougethorn to kill the human that set fire to them.
Well, yeah, we were
But they are already, like, you would have had to have They're all the way on the other side of the river. So.
Yeah, over the other side of the.
I wanted to Mystic Shield the burning bodies to trap and extinguish the flame.
Yeah.
So wait, Sichuan can extinguish this flame using his tornado or hurricane.
This area
Might be a
we're
bit
in.
late for that, lads.
Yeah.
Well,
At least
Well, I wanted to
try.
badly say it, but I didn't want to interrupt the monologue.
Yeah, a bit
It was a
later.
beautiful monologue.
This is
It was.
very conflicting.
In this area, is this a camp? Is this where all of our people we brought with us are? There people here. Why is it?
So let me just talk through this map because it requires some hybrid theatre of the mind. So this camp is obviously full of all the other people who are part of the delegation.
Yeah.
There are more Sylvaneth as well. Every zone will be counted as a deadly hazard as the fighting breaks out. What you can do is you can do an action where you fight the people around you, and that will reduce the level of the hazard. So essentially, you can take. So essentially, imagine you're in like the middle of a battle.
Yes.
Chaos, confusion. Like there are grey caps fighting grey caps. There are Sylvaneth. There are humans.
Right,
You can do what you want to do, and you'll be getting hit from all sides. Or you can spend your actions and metal to protect yourself and fight around you. Essentially. But instead of them being combatants, it's just like a hazard.
I feel like, I mean, we've talked a lot. Sylvaneth should try and parlay with the Sylvaneth, while the rest of us try and quell the battle in this zone.
I don't think there's any quelling this.
Well, we literally can take action to quell it.
I think this
No,
in a
I think
kettle that's
quelling
boiling.
the Sylvaneth is what Lawrie meant.
Yeah, I mean,
we
this has been a boiling kettle, isn't it? And it's just
This is now potentially like pissing in a volcano. To cool it down.
I've done that many a time. Where do you think I disappeared?
portable urinal.
Yeah. Let's just settle things down a little.
It gets rid of any waste.
Imagine the
Bodies,
smell.
piss.
Because I guess the problem is, I guess these Sylvaneth are storming here to kill just everyone.
But don't crouch over it.
No spotting.
See, the thing
balls
is,
are gonna get singed a bit.
we can't let Sylvaneth kill
everyone. Because
we're gonna have to slaughter all these Sylvaneth here.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
at the
doubt
same
about that.
time,
So
Greywater still has to pay, right, for what it has just done.
So
like we all agree with this, right?
So in round 1, the Spite Revenants are just ripping apart the people who were around the pyre.
Perfect. So they're the verdict.
So you have a sort of a free round.
Once they're exact their revenge, we've got to calm down.
And as it's happening, Captain Heights runs at you like just totally confused and sort of grabs you and screams at you, and he says, "We have to save the diplomats, or this was all for nothing."
It's like the end of Mass Effect 1.
And he's pointing to you can see I forgot his name as well, Onderan, who is standing near the bridge, and you can see that 3 grey cap soldiers have turned against him and are stalking him, about to fight him, to try and kill him.
Okay.
Well, I know.
There's a target.
Daryl, I was going to say the only upside from this situation is that Greywater Fastness doesn't have to care about polluting anymore. That's my point. That's my point of view.
So these are the grey caps who are trying to get on Dran. Yeah.
Right.
Initiative divided.
Right. Well, what I'm going to do with my newly nerfed character is I am going to use an action. Wait, no,
so first of all,
no, it's fine.
So first of all, as the fighting breaks out, and there are dryads rushing across the river, and other Spite Revenants and branch wraiths, and grey caps turn on the people in the camps. Do you spend any actions to protect yourself?
Yes. So I'm going to use an action
Yes.
and a metal to cast either Hurricane in this zone, just to keep extra people out and to try and keep this area at least fucking contained. And then use my second metal as the action.
Yes.
To reduce the nonsense.
Okay. So you have to roll a 5-1 weapons or ballistic skill or mind channeling.
Mind channeling. Weapon. Oh, actually, weapon skill is good. Great. Okay, great. 5, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Just with the focus, yep.
You say 5-1?
Yes. So you reduce the hazard to. I always forget, it's deadly down to a major. So you take 3 damage, but not ignoring armor.
So wait, armor does count?
Yes.
So 2 damage. Great.
And you've hurricaned the camp, have you?
Yes, just to try and keep as much out for now as we can.
Okay.
I'll help with that. And extinguish any fires? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. It's all helpful, I'm sure.
Cool. Vargi.
Vargi will
My beautiful map.
clear himself a path.
Oh, sorry. Can I? Oh, I was going to say, but I was going to also move towards Vale-Lord. I get back to it. It's safe.
Move towards who?
Vale-Lord, Anastasia.
Oh, okay, yeah. You'll have to roll an action to try and find her.
The action stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, Vargi's battered away some people from him.
Okay.
And is it safe to shoot these guys without killing our mate?
I'm afraid he's probably in close range.
Fine, that's not a problem.
Mandy Blasters.
It's time for the Mandy Blasters. Yeah, he runs up a bit closer because they are.
You want to see my resin striking scorpions?
Oh yeah.
Yes, the biting blade.
Yes. Oh yeah, I can't wait to be on the end of that.
Again.
They
killed 2.5 Deathwing Knights, Alex.
Bastards.
What, 5 striking scorpions?
Yeah.
Sick.
I did roll a bad save, but it did happen.
Falls to wound. Fucking Dark Angels. Bastards.
I got 5 more have arrived downstairs. I need to go and collect them.
Oh, you got them, did you?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah, because it's short range. So he walks up close.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, Jaran!" And this.
I'm
hungry like the wolf.
I think we are saying. I think they fire out of like the beard armor.
Nice. Yeah.
You've got beard armor.
Ether blasters. Yeah. Do you not?
They've got face masks. Yeah. Turn your camera off, Milo. He can see the image.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me roll this first. What's the defense?
Average.
Hey, second on 2s. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh yeah, I can see it from his icon on the right hand side.
Wow, he goes for it with the ether blasters then.
That definitely kills one.
And they are also piercing, so he's also ignoring armor.
Oh yeah,
you got it.
You got the. Yeah, he just gets like you should run up to him. You shoot him with your beard.
In fact, slight retcon that he actually runs right up to them. He wants to get up and amongst them, and make himself the more pressing target.
Yeah.
So he gets in there. I know he can't take a defend action, but attempting to fight his way through, and he blasts one out.
Yeah.
That's his 5. Probably Vargi's first heroic action of his life.
Nice. You did burn down his house, but
I didn't burn down his house.
I mean,
Vargi.
you were responsible for his house being burned down.
I broke his window.
No, actually, he didn't either because it was a grenade.
Right, Klaus.
Oh yeah,
grenade.
Hey, anything. All he's got to do is sweep up a few shell casings.
Lazy.
Oh, grateful bastard.
You doing classy?
Oh, Klaus.
Can you hear us?
I think you're on mute.
You're muted.
You're basically muted.
Sorry. If I was to shield Onderan,
Hmm.
am I affected by there being like fighting around me? Does that affect my channeling at all?
It won't affect your channeling, but you'll take the damage unless you do actions to reduce it. On Vargi, you'll take the. Oh no, it's down to 3, so you don't care. People having a stab at you, doesn't matter.
So it's taking it. So it's taking it from deadly to
Major, yeah.
So is it individual? Like, is it still deadly for me, even though it's
Yes,
not for Vargi?
it's all individual. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And how do we reduce that? Sorry.
So you do a 5-1. You want to do channeling test as you kind
You
of
can choose the test.
as you kind of blast people all around you.
Oh,
It's ballistic skill, weapon skill, or channeling. So
right. Okay.
the thing you use to kill the main.
Well, in that case, so the guys around me, are they just like plebs, more or less, just like shitty NPCs who are?
I mean, they're
being
probably like
cast away?
probably some of the grey caps who you've been in the camp with. They were suddenly like, "Now, brothers, strike them down."
Hmm. Well, in that case, transmutate, flash, and then yeah, I'll try and transmutate some of them around me. Probably only one.
You
But
don't
that's
need.
the channeling test I'll do, I guess.
Okay.
Can't I just like flavor it like that though?
Yeah.
Right, what DN?
5.
No bonus, no.
No.
Ugh,
There you go.
Just.
Yes, they just go to and they just turn to gold. Beautiful gold.
Nice. And as Vargi's like in front of Onderan, I'll shield Vargi.
nice.
Because he needs it. It's
There it
3
is.
armor.
You might. 3 armor is not that OP.
Have you taken?
Blackened's big elf had 3 armor the whole last campaign and 900 defensive talent, and you didn't give him shit like this.
Yeah, but he also had to be in melee, and you don't.
No, we had 3
Have
armor
you-
anyway.
Have you taken a wound this campaign?
No.
Of course not.
Guardian manufacturing. I gave up slots for cool gadgets for this.
Right. So I
You
think,
have a front line though.
More mustached tools.
No, we didn't.
yeah.
We do now.
Initiative Sylvaneth, but the good ones.
Oh, do the
ones
these
who
guys
the,
not
the,
act
sell
first?
the simp ones.
Go on, Gav, go on. You hear me?
Oh yeah, no, I heard you. I'm just waiting for Ollie because I'm not sure if these guys should attack first, so he's checking.
I think you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So since the
I think
action,
they've turned to look at Vargi and like maybe they'll do their attacks on Vargi, but they'll use their axes on Vargi. All the good little do. With their poor melee. So like,
Well, especially with
What's
his
Vargi up to now?
I'm not even gonna waste my time. They got 3 dice. They've got 3
it's
dice.
obviously not worth it. Yeah. You might do 1 damage maybe.
They've got 1 in weapon skill to be fair, but yeah.
So shall I then?
Go for it.
So this action to reduce the hazard around you. Since you said you have to use whatever you use to attack, so in my case it would be a weapon skill, right?
Yep.
Right. So since I can split my attack into 2,
Yep.
does that mean that would be reduced 2 counts if I do it that way, or is it just still 1 count?
It's 1 action, so yeah, just 1.
Okay. So first action then, just using normal weapon skin to reduce it. DN.
5.
5. There we go. That's really bad, actually, but managed.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna use a metal. Do
Mhm.
it again.
Okay. You reduced
Perfect.
it to minor hazard, so it just does 1 damage to you.
Oh, have I managed to do it successfully?
Yeah.
Which
oh,
I did.
Plus,
Perfect.
you need to take 3 damage as well for your hazard.
And then I use my movement, and I'll use my last metal. That's now a 0. To start slashing.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
What I
it.
do best. So my melee right now is that kill doesn't count because it's a mob, so it's still great.
Your
So what's
melee
the
is
DC?
great. The average. So 2s.
Average. Hits on Dukes. Perfect. Die, please. Thank you.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yes, he is. And now my melee is superb. Thank you.
Ondron has, for the second time in 2 days, has to witness you torment someone to death. I'm not a fan of this this kind of displays.
Gonna sleep very soundly thanks to that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he'll sleep in his bunker for the next
Mr.
months.
Goldstone is very uncivilized.
Mr. Goldstone, you No, it's Heinz is the Joker. He has to come up with a one-liner.
That's the end of my turn, by the way.
Cool. Dreadbark.
Dreadbark will
Do it.
I guess we'll do the siphoning, the unsiphoning action as well to get the hazard down for myself.
Yes.
That's a ballistic guile. 5-1, correct?
Yep.
Boom.
Wow.
That'll do.
Yeah.
I'm very safe
Yes.
in the thick of battle.
Oh, actually, hang on. It actually reduces hazard per success.
Oh, hey,
so
wait a minute.
if you've taken damage, but you've had 3 successes, then just undo it.
Okay, so now it's a 0 for me. Perfect.
Yeah.
1 success.
There you go. Yeah, so Dreadbite, you managed to shoot everyone who approaches you with your bow whilst moving, like Legolas.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind, shockingly. Nice. And then he will line up a shot on the last grey cap.
Mm-hmm.
Pop that motherfucker. We haven't taken aim, so we're still only good. And they're average, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 3s to wound. Boom. So that is it's only 4 successes, so 5 damage.
Yep. Thwack.
His lifeless corpse drops off the side of that little jetty.
Yes, it does.
What's face and Dreadbark sort of nods politely to Oduran. Oduran?
Onderan.
On Honduras.
Pocahontas.
Maybe that's why he talks with a South American accent. He's
South
from
American?
Honduras.
It was from Barcelona.
No, he's from Colombia. The finest cigars
From
and coffee.
Paraguay.
Oh,
He's
Medellin.
from Belize. From Ecuador.
Maybe from Moscow.
Moscow. So, top of the round, Sichuan, you're searching for Anastasia Everlark. Oh, yeah.
I mean, no, I don't know it's full action. It's overall. So. I'm going to use 1 metal to maintain the whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have an action and a metal left. If something very pedantic now. Let's see. So I'm going to take an action or a melee. Yeah, fine. Then I'll use a melee. Sorry, use another metal to use the action of quelling the monsters to reduce my thingy. So these stacks, I've already got one down. This is more than that. I'm starting again back at the top.
Yeah, it's every. Is it every turn?
Tell me, mate. You tell me.
Yeah, until the end of the next turn. Okay,
so fresh up again. Here we go.
Yep.
Go. Well, that's better. Oh, that's great. That's
yep. So you managed to clear your way.
Great. Well, we maintain the final action to find. Like you say, she's. Do I have to roll for
that? No, you'll find you'll be able to do that. So you found her.
Great.
So Vargi. You're standing just outside the hurricane.
Ah, come on!
I mean, you're in that. You're a different zone, mate. Different zone. So you see. Hang on. I don't remember everyone who you brought with you. So you see Corporal Steelwater in front of you in the river, like being dragged by some mere sprites towards the Sylvaneth side.
This is just like Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
No? No one?
Well, nobody responded to my "this is just like Mass Effect," the end of Mass Effect 1 comment, so I don't see why I should.
I haven't played Mass Effect 1 all the way through.
I didn't hear that, sorry.
Well, it's when Olly went, said, like, voiced that NPC saying, "Quick, we have to save the diplomats."
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely missed that. I apologize. That was rude of me.
Sorry, it's too late now. Damage is done.
Got a quick question, Olly. No way we can like settle this combat, is there? Like we can't like get Hive to rally his troops and like unite the Grey Caps, or is this too loud, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Bark orders.
Yeah, you can't even tell which Grey Caps are the ones who.
That was my follow-up question.
Are fighting the Sylvaneth and which ones aren't.
How do we know which are the baddies?
They're not wearing like black hats and twirly mustaches.
There's there's already
caps.
There's already been like cries of retreat to the city.
Well, yeah, shouldn't we just encourage everyone to retreat to the city? I mean, like.
Yeah, I mean,
save the diplomats.
You've got Anastasia and Onderan, Steelwater's right in front of Vargi. If you secure her, then you will be able to retreat.
No, we need Goldmane. He's a fucking Steam Lord.
Gilman's probably definitely on his way out with his platoon.
Entourage. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about his platoon.
Well,
yeah, also he's a dick.
If we retreat, why don't they still just like destroy the bridge like they promised? I guess that's all. Got it.
Well, you could. I mean, there's like a whole battle going on. So if you retreated, I think everyone would be too busy fighting to killing each other. Go on then, Vargi.
Yeah.
1 moment. I'm just checking something.
Oh no.
So Vargi, not wanting to see this endeavor come to ruin, judges the water's depth. and then does a sort of, oh well, and dives in. Doesn't dive, he plonks in.
Yeah.
Plonks in. He runs up, and he fires his Mandy blasters at the nearest thing.
Yeah.
Spritey bajig.
Yeah, they're like a swarm, so you can
Target's defense up.
Oh, good question. They're actually good.
Don't like that. Only on 3s. Disgusting. Well, it's not very good, but we still make it 3 successes for 4 damage.
That is enough to kill all 3.
Excellent.
They drop Stillwater into the water. She emerges, spluttering. Her cap falls off. You actually see for the first time that she has pointy ears. She's actually an elf.
Disgusting.
And then, if he needs to use an action to pull her to safety, to a safer location, he would like to try and do that.
Yep, that's fine. You won't need to roll for that with your athematic volley arms.
Yeah, so we'll pull. I don't know where a safe place is. Maybe back. Well, it's not that safe in here. I want to be safe from everything else, but it's pretty dangerous in there.
Well, I think gathering your 3 diplomats with you, you can choose to retreat. As you say, like if they stay, that they might, good chance they'll get cut down as well, unless you try really hard to protect them. And the Sylvaneth and obviously the Spite Revenants are starting to come across and trying to test the cloud.
Yes. Oh, we're going this way, milady.
So as you, and we'll try and just end quickly because we're actually really near the end. As you flee, you come across a stricken and confused looking Chard Yu, who is clearly gone, and he's carrying like supplies for the bridge, and he's come across this scene, and he starts to kind of tremble in the same way that Green Ash did before she attacked you. And he just goes, "Why?" And then just doesn't say anything else. Now, I need to roll a test for Chard Yu.
I wonder what could affect it.
And this is when all that lovely despair comes back to help us.
Oh yes.
So I need to roll a full 1 determination test, increase the difficulty by 1 for every point of despair he currently has. He has 4. If it reaches 6, increase the complexity instead. So I tested this to see if it's possible. I did pass it on my test. Ooh. So now I've jinxed it.
Can we take the one before, please?
Yeah.
But with his training in determination, he has 9 dice and he needs to get 2 6s.
Wow.
Oh, those odds are quite nice.
Yeah, man.
And I did get 2 6s in my test, but I feel like I've jinxed it. So, determination. Target DN. 6. Oh. And he doesn't have any focus in determination.
Why not?
He's got 3 metal, but it's like, can you add a point of? Can you use metal to double training over and over again?
Can you make the roll again?
No.
That's sulfur.
No, sulfur. You wouldn't be able to multiply it, would you? Once per test, I think.
So, unfortunately, Chard Yu tilts his head back and lets out a bellowing cry of fury and charges towards the melee. Unleashed.
Oh, no.
Doom is increased by 1.
No.
You're goddamn right it is.
I don't think I had any part in increasing his desperation, so I don't feel
you think he's about to attack you, but he manages to restrain himself just enough to run through you. But you sense that he, in another situation, if you came across him again, he would not hesitate to cut down his once friends. And as you retreat from the bridge, you hear his agonized, furious roars echoing across the mere.
Should have brought the steam tanks.
As he lays waste. So eventually you find your way back to the city. And sorry, I saw this bit. Yeah, it takes about a day for you to find your own way back, stumbling across the Goldmane, avoiding the undead and sort of roaming Sylvaneth and other people. And you manage to make it back to the city. And you hear folk whisper of a twisted Sylvaneth, other survivors. They talk of a twisted Sylvaneth monster which is stalking the swamps, clawing at itself and attacking any living thing. Its roar is a terrifying, rageful sound, but more disturbing are its sobs. And it seems as though war is now inevitable. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to have an oracle, but I've written all this in my stick puppet theatre. So.
I mean, he did. To be fair,
he really did.
I did.
Smashed up some twigs in exactly the right way.
Right. Thank you.
Well,
It's indeed.
It's indeed.
XP time.
I cast Detect No Gold.
Oh!
Well, I don't think we're going to get much.
1 XP for completing the adventure.
Woohoo!
That's it.
1 XP for putting Oak Shadow to rest, which I imagine means killing him. 1 XP for gathering a Greywater delegation and arriving at the peace talks on time.
Yeah.
1 XP for saving at least 1 ally from the Battle of the Riven Bridge.
Oh, we smashed that.
We did that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you've got 4.
1 XP per ally saved, I heard.
At least 1.
I wouldn't have bloody bothered.
Hold 1, hold 2, hold more. And the last one you didn't get because it's if Chardew does not succumb to corruption.
So my XP based on your rolls. Couldn't just roll another 6, could you?
You couldn't just promise him not to kill any Sylvaneth, which you did anyway. Not kill any.
I have been clear on my reasoning for not making that promise.
I'm just saying it was 1 step too far for poor Chardew.
Was quite a lot. Mr. Olly, DM, sir.
You got 1/6. Yeah.
My short-term goal was to intimidate someone or something with a fiery display of my prowess. And that's what I was attempting to do with my entertainment show to impress Everlark.
Okay.
That fulfill my short-term goal.
A fiery display of prowess.
Yeah, I used that's all the lava was, all the fire and burning the twigs and.
Oh, I thought when I read that, I thought it was like a in battle thing.
Oh no, definitely no! I never read it as that. I always read it as just the fire. Hey,
You started a small twig fire.
Hey, no, it was spouting out of the ground, and it was like.
Girl Scouts do better than that, mate. Yeah, you can have that.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else get any goals?
No, sadly not.
My goals don't tend to be associated with being involved in the beginning of a war with the Sylvaneth and killing Sylvaneth.
Well, maybe they should.
Maybe they should. Maybe I should be a blood traitor.
A blood traitor. Flounder's pigeon murderer.
Flounder's pigeon murderer.
Well, as I said, the next adventure is of my own creation, so prime short-term goal territory, because I will just find ways to make them happen.
But it's carrying on from what just happened, right?
Yes, it is a brief interlude. Basically, in the next sort of few days, Greywater Fastness will be put on official war footing. Goldmane and the rest of the conclave will start war preparations, which is where things will get picked up. We're supposed to pick up straight away, but I wanted to put in a little summer.
Little summon. Nice. Dude, what a sesh.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
I feel naive thinking that negotiation would have gone fine.
I never thought about it going wrong. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a shame that it is so railroady. Like, it's dramatic, but that's because I'm literally like reading the story to you, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's written that way.
I agree.
We couldn't have made peace, which is a bit.
There is a certain lack of agency in some parts of this adventure.
Yes.
but
But
then also stuff like charred you at the end there.
Oh yeah,
we could have affected that. So it's always like that.
If I just lied to him.
I really love Chayu. I'm so sad that he got corrupted.
But Dreadbark is genuinely going to be crushed by this whole. This session has broken Dreadbark, and like, I don't know what really motivation he's got left. Like, Alariel does not support this action.
Yeah.
Like, the Codex Wood Elf does not support this action.
Maybe Sigmar would deem this unworthy.
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, this is because
he's not just a benevolent force.
Barely benevolent at all.
That's what I mean. He's basically
that sounds like heresy.
Basically a war god, isn't he?
Yeah, kinda.
I think Chargy went rogue. Chargy got pissed off because of all that theology. He was like, you'd open the floor to any of us to try and have a theological discussion, and we'd just fuck him off. And now he's looking for his revenge.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think what other despair was. I mean, it was obviously the Soulpod Grove, but then I think it was like killing the Sylvaneth in the 2 battles, and then not doing the promise. That was where the other 3 came from.
Killing the Sylvaneth that tried to kill us.
Yes, the pacifist. We've been through this. There is something called a retreat.
We could have.
There is a thing called.
You can't retreat.
There's a thing called a pit of shades.
We just did. We just did retreat against Sylvaneth.
Look, see it as a part of the game, like a puzzle. How do you not kill stuff when they're very weak and you are very strong? Interesting.
If anyone can figure out how to get more metal without spending like 18 experience points, I'd love to know.
You already have more than most.
I have 2.
He wants to play like he was playing before.
I want to play how I was playing. I liked it.
I gotta go because I'm going to the gym, but I just want to see. Mikey P, are you in for Ollie's birthday thing?
What day is it? 12th?
12th.
Let me confirm with my lovely lady.
Confirm soon.
Will do.
I must make plans.
You say you're going to the gym now?
Huh?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
GG.
So are we just going to play next week Tuesday then without Mikey? Is that?
Oh yes, please play on.
Just for him, so
I think I can change dates next week if you want. Maybe.
I don't have to, but
I could do the Wednesday or Thursday again.
I can probably also do that.
I mean, I don't feel like you have to.
Probably.
I think Wednesday would be.
I can't do Thursday next week, but I can do Wednesday.
Yeah, I think Wednesday is a safer bet for me. I can't promise, but I think I should be able to.
Okay. What did you say,